Okay, so our next topic is all about mark on. So what does mark on means? So the difference between the initial cost and the selling price. So ito po ang ating mark on, difference between initial cost and the selling cost. So when does mark on usually happens? So nangyayari ang mark on kapag merong affecting the supply or nagkakaroon ng epekto sa ating supply. Next is seasonal demands. And next is special occasions. So dito, paano nakaka-apekto or paano nangyayari ang mark on kapag may affecting supplies? So nataas ang ating presyo kapag kulang ang supply. Then, maaari naman bumaba ang presyo ng ating mga produkto kapag naman sobrang dami ng supply. So, yun po ang ating tinatawag na mark on. Next is seasonal demands. Paano nangyayari ang mark on? Diba, for example, ang mga flowers. So, kailan mabenta ang mga flowers? So, nagiging mabenta ang flowers minsan sa Valentine's Day, minsan sa Teacher's Day, minsan pati rin sa mga araw ng patay. Yan, nagiging mabenta ang ating mga flowers, which is, yun ang tinatawag nating seasonal demands, na kung saan, sa mga season na yun, mas tumataas ang presyo ng ating mga bilihin. And also, yung mga school supplies. Kung mapapansin nyo, medyo tumataas ng presyo ang ating mga school uniform, mga school supplies, once na magbabalik eskwela na ang mga bata. Next naman is special occasions. So, katulad din yan ng ating mga Valentine's Day, special occasions yan. And also, yung mga Teacher's Day, special occasions yan, medyo mga nagtataas ng presyo or merong mga ilan na nagtataas ng presyo kasi alam nilang kahit mataas ang presyo is binibili pa rin ito ng kanilang mga consumers. So, kaya nagkakaroon ng mark on. So, yun po ang ating tinatawag na mark on. Pagtataas ng presyo sa isang merong seasonal demands, or ibig sabihin, seasonal ang ating pagtataas ng presyo, yun ang tinatawag nating mark on. So, pakitandaan ako ng mga MO stands for mark on, MOR stands for mark on rate, IC stands for initial cost, and SP stands for selling price. Okay, so pakitandaan din ako ng ating mga formulas. So, in order to find the mark on, so, initial cost times mark on rate. Para naman mahanap natin ang mark on rate. So, mark on divided by initial cost, then multiply it by 100. So, para naman mahanap natin si selling price, initial cost plus mark on. So, pakitandaan ako ng basic formulas. Okay, so example number 1. Mrs. Rogon bought 100 kilograms of avocado at 110 per kilo. She desires to have 25% mark on rate of this product. So, hinahanap dito what is mark on. So, meron tayong given dito na initial cost. Ang initial cost natin is 110. So, 110, itong 100, wag malilito, ito yung kilograms ng ating avocado. Ibig sabihin, ito yung kung ilang merong, or kung ilang kilo tayo, or kung ilang avocado tayo merong sa ating ibebenta, or ilang kilo ba ang ating ibebenta ang avocado. So, therefore, ang ating initial cost natin is, sabi dito, 110 per kilogram. So, yun po ang ating initial cost. Then, ito may percent. So, therefore, yun ang ating mark on rate. So, hahanapin natin ang mark on. So, ang formula in order to find the mark-on is initial cost times mark-on rate. So, 110 times 0.25 is equals to 27.50. So, ang ating mark-on is 27.50. So, how much is the selling price? Or magkano na natin siya ibebenta? So, para mahanap ang selling price, initial cost plus mark-on. Since nahanap na natin ang mark-on. So, 110 plus 27.50, it is equals to 137.50. So, kung noon, it is, yung mark-on natin ay parang katulad siya ng ating markup. Or katulad talaga siya ng ating markup. Pero, pinagkaiba nito, itong mark-on, is meron siyang, meron siyang dahilan kung bakit nga ba nagtataas ang presyo. So, therefore, ating selling price dito sa example number 1 is 137.50. So, how much is the total possible profit? So, nakalagay doon, di ba, meron tayong 100 kilo na avocado. So, ita-times natin kung magkano ang ating initial cost. So, 110 kasi sabi dun sa una-una is 110 daw ang per kilo ng avocado. So, 110 times 100 is equals to 11,000. So, 137 times 137.50 times 100. So, ito 137.50, yan na yung ating selling price. So, magkano ang ating makukuhang profit kapag ito ay magkano makukuha nating benta kapag naging 137.50 na ang ating selling price. So, it-times natin siya sa 100. So, magiging sagot ay 13,750. So, therefore, meron tayong profit na 2,750. Kasi, i-subtract natin ang 13,750 sa 11,000, which is yun na ating unang initial cost. So, ang ating magiging possible profit kapag nagtaas tayo sa presyo ay magiging 2,750. Next, example number 2. Mrs. Basbas, fishery products entrepreneur, has decided to apply a mark-on based on initial cost of the fishery products. She desires a 15% for fresh squids, 20% for dried squid, and 25% for the squid rings. She brought fresh squid at 80 per kilo. So, dried squid at 450 per kilo, and squid rings at 500 per kilo. So, dito, meron tayong given na mark on na rate ng fresh squid, which is 15%. Then, ang initial cost nito is 80 per kilo. Next naman is meron tayong rate for dried squid, which is 20%. Ang initial cost nito is 450. Then, sa squid rings, meron tayong 25%. Ang initial cost nito is 500. So, ang tinatanong dito, what is the mark on for fresh squid, dried squid, and squid rings? So, given yung ating mark on rate and initial cost, mahanap po natin ang mark on. So, in order to find the fresh squid, mark on is equals to initial cost. So, initial cost natin doon is 80. Then, ang mark on rate is 0.15. So, 80 times 0.15, maaari magkaroon tayo ng mark on na 12 pesos. Next naman, for dried squid, ang initial cost natin is 450. Then, ang mark on rate is 20%. So, ang decimal niya is 0.20. So, 450 times 0.20 is equals to 90. So, therefore, magkakaroon ng mark on sa dried squid na 90 pesos. Next naman is the squid rings. So, ang initial cost natin is 500. Then, ang mark on rate natin is 25%. So, gawin natin siyang decimal. So, kaya siya nagiging 0.25. So, 500 times 0.25 is equals to 125. So, therefore, meron tayong mark on sa squid rings na 125 pesos. So, next naman is, since nahanap na natin ang mark on, hahanapin naman ngayon natin ang selling price ng fresh squid, dried squid, and squid rings. So, para mahanap ang selling price, initial cost plus mark on. So, idadagdag lang natin si mark on. So, 80 plus 12. So, dating 80 pesos na bentahan, nagkaroon ng mark on na 12 pesos. So, kaya magiging selling price natin is 92 pesos for the fresh squid. Next naman, for dried squid, 450 plus 90, which is yung ating mark on. So, therefore, ang bagong bentahan or the selling price for dried squid is 540, So, ang ating initial cost is 450 plus 90. So, yan ay magiging 540. So, typo yan, 540. So, yun ang ating bago selling price ng ating dried squid. Next naman is the squid rings. So, nawala ang ating squid rings. So, ang ating squid rings ay meron siya mark on na 125. So, 500 plus 125 is equals to 625. So, ang ating selling price for squid rings is 625. Next is Mrs. Gasapo bought an item for 800 pesos and sells it for 900 pesos. What is the mark on and the given mark on rate? So, meron tayo ditong given na selling price which is 900 pesos and the initial cost which is 800. So, para makuha natin si mark on, we're just going to subtract. So, selling price minus initial cost, ang magiging sagot dyan ay 900 minus 800. Ang ating mark on or ating dinagdag is 100 pesos. So, para naman mahanap ang ating mark on rate, so mark on divided by initial cost. So, 100 divided by 800. Then, multiply it by 100. So, magiging sagot ay 12.5%. Ibig sabihin, 12.5% ang itinaas ng ating mark on. So, yan na po ang ating mark on rate. So, for checking, tingnan natin kung tama ang ating nakuha. Para sa mark on, initial cost times mark on rate. So, 800 times 0.125 kasi ang decimal conversion ng 12.5% sa decimals ay 0.125. So, magiging sagot natin is 100. So, tamang naging 100 ang ating mark on. Next naman, para i-check kung tama ang nakuha nating mark on. So, initial cost plus mark on. So, 800 plus 100 is equals to 900. So, therefore, tama ang nakuha nating mark on and the mark on rate. Next is markdown. So, tapos na po tayo sa markup. So, kakatapos lang din po natin sa mark on. Next naman natin ay markdown. So, markdown, it is obtained by getting the difference between the original selling price and the new selling price. So, again, markup, ibig sabihin, nagtaas tayo ng presyo. Mark on, nagtaas tayo ng presyo on seasonal demands. Markdown, ibig sabihin, magbababa tayo ng presyo. So, the reasons entrepreneurs reduce the prices of commodities in order to meet the prices of competitors. So, kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng markdown kasi para, di ba, meron tayong mga competitors na medyo mababa ang kanilang bentahan. So, iginagaya natin para maging click din ang ating paninda. Next is to attract more customers. So, kapag mas mababa ang presyo or nagkaroon ng markdown or biglang discount, saka tayo dinudumog ng mga customers. Kasi sasabihin nila, uy, nagkaroon na dito ng discount. So, therefore, bibili sila sa ating product. Next is have more sales. So, merong ilan na nagkakaroon ng markdown para mas kumita sila or nagkakaroon sila or nagbibigay sila ng medyo maliliit na discount para mas madami silang mabenta. Kasi syempre tayong mga Pilipino, kapag may nakita tayong, uy, may discount dito, bibili tayo. So, basta may makakita tayo ng kaunting discount or 25% discount, 10% discount, medyo na-attract tayong bumili. So, therefore, yun yung mga reasons kung bakit nagre-reduce ng prices ang ating entrepreneurs. At isa pa, is clear the store of old stocks not selling well. So, minsan, kapag kasi hindi masyadong mabenta ang stock, so, binababa ang presyo para mas tangkilikin kasi kapag mas mababa ang presyo, mas binibili po ito ng ating mga consumers. So, para hindi masyado na ma-imbak ang mga lumang stock, so, ginagawa nila or nagbababa sila ng presyo. So, pakitandaan ako ng ating mga acronym. So, MD stands for markdown. OSP stands for original selling price. NSP stands for new selling price. And MDR stands for markdown rate. Okay, so pakitandaan ako ng ating formulas. In order to find the markdown, pwede natin gamitin ang original selling price minus the new selling price. Kapag meron tayong given original selling price and new selling price. Pero kapag naman wala, at ang given natin ay markdown rate, so pwede natin hanapin ang original selling price times natin siya sa markdown rate. Then, to find the new selling price, original selling price, minus ang ating markdown. So, para naman mahanap ang ating markdown rate, the markdown divided by original selling price times sa 100. So, pakitandaan ako ng ating formula. Okay, example number 1. The original price of a year-old vehicle is 1,890,500. The manager decides to reduce the price for 1,512,400. So, what is the markdown? So, let's identify first the given. So, ang ating original price or original selling price is 1,890,500. Then, ang ating new selling price is 1,512,400. So, therefore, subtract lang natin sila para makuha ang ating markdown. So, ang ating markdown is 378,100. So, ibig sabihin, nagbaba siya ng presyo na 378,100. Next is example number 2. The original price of cell phone is 28,500. A year after, the entrepreneur decided to reduce the price for 18,525. So, what is the markdown? Katulad sa example number 1, original selling price minus the new selling price in order to find the markdown. So, 28,500 minus 18,525. So, ang markdown natin ay 9,975. So, ibig sabihin, nagbaba sila ng presyo ng 9,975. Next, example number 3. The original price of important pants is tagged at 4,680 and is sold now at 25% less. What is the markdown and the new selling price of important pants? So, meron tayo ditong given na original selling price which is 4,680 at ang ating markdown rate. So, hanapin muna natin ang markdown para mahanap natin ang new selling price. So, markdown. So, original selling price natin is 4,680 times ang ating markdown rate which is 0.25. So, ang ating markdown is 1,170. So, therefore, meron na tayong markdown. Mahahanap na natin ang new selling price just by original selling price minus the markdown. So, 4,680 minus 1,170. So, therefore, ating new selling price is 3,510. So, dati 4,680. Nagkaroon tayo ng markdown na 1,170. Ang panibago new selling price ito ay 3,510. Okay, next is example number 4. The original tag of wristwatch is 5,970 but it's now being sold for 4,477.50. What is the markdown and the markdown rate? So, dito, hahanapin muna natin ang markdown. So, ang given natin dito is original selling price, which is the 5,970 minus natin sa new selling price, which is 4,477.50. So, therefore, nagkaroon tayo ng markdown na 1,492.50. So, since meron na tayong given or meron na nakuha na natin ng markdown, mahahanap na natin ang markdown rate. So, markdown divided by original selling price times 100. So, 1,492.50 divided by 5,970 times 100 is equals to 25%. So, nagkaroon tayo ng markdown rate na 25%. Okay, next example. Example number 5. A weed trimmer was purchased for 40 pesos and was marked up with 60% on cost. So, for July 4 sale, it was marked down 25%. After the sale, it was marked up 30%. On September 1, it was marked down 20%. So, find the selling price. So, kung mapapansin nyo, marami tayong nangyari dito. Nagkaroon ng markup and ng markdown. So, pero kunin muna natin ang original selling price. Ang original selling price or yung cost natin is 40 pesos. So, dito una nagkaroon ng markup na 60%. So, hanapin muna natin ang markup at saka yung new selling price nito. So, given original selling price which is 40, markup rate which is 60%. So, markup 1. Bakit markup 1? Kasi meron pa tayo ditong markup ulit na isa pa. So, markup 1 is equals to markup rate times original selling price. So, yan po ay magiging 0.60 times 40. Ang magiging sagot natin is 24. So, ibig sabihin, nagkaroon ng 24 pesos na markup sa ating with trimmer. So, bakit new selling price 1? Ibig sabihin, yun yung naunang selling price after ng markup. So, original selling price plus yung markup 1. So, 40 plus 24. So, therefore, naging 64 pesos na po ang ating bentahan sa with trimmer. Next is after ng markup, sabi dito for July 4 sale, it was marked down. So, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon tayo ng markdown na 25%. So, markdown 1. So, new selling price, ito yung nakuha natin, yung 64 pesos times the markdown rate. So, 64 times 0.25. So, therefore, meron na tayong markdown or bumaba ang presyo nito ng 16 pesos. So, therefore, nakuha na natin ang pagbaba. So, ikukunin natin ang new selling price 2. So, yung 64 na nagkaroon ng markup, magkakaroon ng markdown na 16. So, 64 minus 16 is equals to 48. So, therefore, after ng markdown ng July 4, naging 48 pesos na lang ang ating with trimmer. Next is, ang sabi dito, after the sale, it was marked up with 30%. So, after na markdown, nagkaroon ulit ng markup. So, therefore, yung para makuha natin ang markup na pangalawa is the markup rate times the new selling price. So, therefore, kasi 30% yan, so 0.30 times 48, nagkaroon tayo ng markup or tumaas sa presyo niya ng 14.40. Okay, so hanapin na natin ang new selling price 3. So, new selling price 2 minus markup. So, hindi yung minus. So, plus markup 2. Kasi nga, markup, ibig sabihin, tumaas. So, kaya siya naging plus. So, 48 plus 14.40. So, naging 62.40 na po ang ating new selling price after ng markup. So, next naman, ang sabi dito ay, on September 1, it was marked down again with 20%. So, ibig sabihin, nagbaba ulit ng presyo na 20%. So, therefore, hahanapin natin ang markdown na pangalawa. So, new selling price 3 or yung panibagong price, then times natin siya sa ating markdown rate, which is 20. So, ito po ay 62.40 times 0.20. 0.20 po yan. Nagkamali po ako ng type. So, ang magiging sagot po natin dyan ay 12.48. So, therefore, magkakaroon tayo ng markdown na 12.48. So, therefore, hahanapin na natin ang new selling price or yung last na new selling price after ng markup and markdown. So, therefore, ang new selling price ito is 62.40 minus 12.48. Ang panibagong presyo na po nito ay 49.92 pesos. So, yan na po ang ating final na selling price after ng markup and markdown ng ilang beses. Okay, so for your activity, so nasagutan na to. So, pakisulat po ako nito sa inyong activity notebook. Kung iwan na activity notebook kahit sa papel, then bago nyo i-attach sa inyong activity notebook. So, complete the table by solving for the original price, selling price, markdown, or markdown rate using the given. Next, pakisama na rin po ako nito. So, C, pick me up. Directions using the given data. Complete the table by identifying the product commonly sold and the season or event when the product is sold. Also, solve for the selling price, new selling price, or mark on. So, paki-screenshot na lamang po ako na activity. Then, habang nanonood ng video, please take a picture, and also habang nagsasagot, please take a picture. Minomonitor ko po kayo sa ating group chat kung kayo ay nagawa ng aking pinagagawa sa aking time. So, thank you for listening po, and God bless and keep safe.